Okay, so I thought it would be helpful to have a small video on the instructions for writing the paper. Although these instructions were given to you on day one, I just thought I would one more time kind of go over this. So for this, you basically write a minimum of 5 pages. So you can write more than 5 pages, but a minimum of 5 page with 1.5 spaced with 1 inch margin. 1.5 spaced is the space between the sentences will be 1.5, and the size of um, the letters, the font should be Times New Roman with 12 size font size, and the paper you write, minimum of 5 paper should include these things. Number one, it should include in 2 pages at least again summaries of the two assigned articles, not more than a page per article. You can go over it, that's fine, but it will not count towards your minimum required 5 pages. Then, after the summaries, then you'll answer this question basically. And in doing so, you connect the ideas we discussed in class with those from the assigned articles to answer this question. So in 3 pages, at least 3 pages, you try to answer this question by connecting the ideas you learned in this class and also the ideas that are discussed in the article. So everything you've learned this semester and what you might have learned from these articles should be put together to answer this question. So what are these? What is the question? Well, you already know the question, right? How do we comprehend a written text? And the answer should be conceptually driven. In other words, you don't need to search for articles and cite them. I just want you to have a conceptual explanation, your understanding of how you think we comprehend a written text based on whatever you have learned in class this semester and whatever you have learned from these articles. So the answer should be conceptually driven and explain what our mind does from sensing to comprehending a text, everything you've learned put together. Now, um, I also have a rubric for this, and I'll talk about the rubric for this assignment in the next slide. So this is the rubric for your paper. Your total paper is worth 50 points. Then your grammar or writing style will be given 5 points, and the actual summaries of articles, each article will be 5 points for a total of 10 points. Then your discussion, again, all these discussions, that all these constructs I'm expecting are just a bare minimum list of constructs. You might have more. In fact, most of the students have like a lot more of connections, but I just gave you a minimum required connection that I want you to make. Again, all this discussed in the context of answering the question. You cannot just give me a laundry list of sensation, perception, attention, and everything else. Everything should be presented in the context of answering the question, which is how we comprehend a text, written text. So when written in that context, I look for sensation, perception, attention, and memory. Then you should also talk about the fundamental pieces related to word and clause level processing, comprehension theories, language and processing, which includes the 5 levels of processing. Then at least bare minimum of these connections, which includes the relationship between Kinshas and Miller's levels of processing, the articles you have read, and all the above concepts, including the connections, then the word level and Miller level relationships, and the clause level and Miller level relationship. Then ultimately the structure of the paper and the way you're answering the question, which is solving the puzzle, that gives you another 5 points for a total of 50 points. So this is how your paper will be reviewed. But again, you cannot just give me a laundry list of sensation is defined as, perception defined as, a word level processing includes. I want you to answer this, provide this information in the context of answering the question. Again, keep in mind, this particular rubric is just to give you an idea of the importance of the points, or just to give you like a checklist to make sure that you incorporate these things. In no way will you get points if you're just providing a laundry list. Again, everything should be written for the purpose of answering the question. Now, in the putting everything together video, I talked about the handouts. I went over the handouts. Going over that would definitely help you. Also, just a reminder that you also need to read these two articles. Can your kid, can your kids handle the reading load at the college, and what college students need to succeed? So these articles need to be read again. This is just general instruction about how to write it and what is expected of your paper. Minimum 5 pages, 2 pages allotted to the summaries, and 3 pages minimum allotted to answering the question. I hope this video gives you some clarity, and yeah, good luck.